So I've done hours on hours of studying otters, and it seems the more I learn, the worse they get. Did you know they can grow to 6 feet? Yes, it's true. Giant river otters can grow to 6 feet long, and these are not giant river otters. That's a giant river otter, and that is one of my biggest fears. These giants can only be found in creeks and rivers in South America, and like probably your local zoo. They're usually found roaming around the Amazon River system and a few other rivers, but we're not here to talk about where they live. We're here to talk about what they do. Not only are giant river otters very smart, but unlike most of their mustelid family members, they're very social. When you hear social and otters together, you probably think of those videos of otters holding hands while they fall asleep. But for me, it's a little different. These Chris Paul sized otters go right on my nothing to play with list. Here's one seamlessly resting next to a group of caiman with no problem. And do you know why they're so comfortable with just chilling next to caiman like this? Because caiman are a part of their diet. Yes, they eat caiman. Not too long ago, I watched a video of a small group of giant river otters take out a caiman just for being on their territory. They weren't even hungry. And when I say small group, it was about 8 of them, because they can roll in packs of 20. Turns out giant river otters are very territorial, so if you get too close, you might just have 20 of them looking for a problem with you. Or even jaguars. That's right, they have no issue running off jaguars. They also eat fish, frogs, prawns, and the occasional snake too. But those are just a few reasons why I may have an irrational fear of giant river otters. But it's not just the giant river otters that are a problem. These sea otters are dang near just as crazy, if not worse. Specifically male otters. They are horrific. Before we get to what they do with different animals, let's talk about what they do with each other. Male otters have little to no regard for female otters when it's that time. He'll approach her from behind and then grab her chest and nose and then hold her face with his teeth. And then he will proceed. Unfortunately, there's about 11% of females that don't survive this practice. And males also practice this exercise on baby seals. But that's not all. When males are hungry but not in the mood to hunt, they'll sometimes hold a female's pup hostage. While she goes diving, a male will grab a baby and start to drown him, forcing the female to give up whatever food she got to get her baby back. Now, I know I kind of skipped over that baby seal thing, but let's spin the block on it. With the number of male otters compared to female otters rising, the males kind of have to look for other options. Yeah. And I think that's where I'm gonna stop talking about otters today. But that does not mean the video's over, because otters have some crazy cousins. Like this honey badger. I feel like we all have that one friend that's always trying to fight, start an argument, arm wrestle, and can definitely never take a loss. And that is what we call short man syndrome. And I'm pretty short. I'm about 5'6", 5'7" when it's warm outside, so I can speak from experience. And if there was anyone in the animal kingdom that should hold that same moniker, it would be the honey badger. But not just the honey badger, their whole family's kind of like that. I'm talking weasels, ferrets, minks, wolverines, and as you just seen in the last part of the video, 6-foot otters. It seems as though they all have something to prove. Many consider the honey badger to be the most fearless animal in the world, and I would agree. Yeah, this picture does not represent some kind of one-time thing. There is plenty videos of honey badgers fighting lions. They're also with fighting hyenas, cheetahs, leopards, and I even saw a report of one going after a rhino. Mind you, honey badgers are only like 2.5 feet long. The secret for these badgers is their skin. Their skin is so rubbery that a blow from a machete couldn't even penetrate it. But also, their skin is very loose. So let's just say a lion grabs a honey badger with its mouth. Honey badger's skin is so loose that it can turn around in its own body and go for the lion's face. And if that's not crazy enough, 50% of honey badger's diet are snakes. Now, they're not immune to venom, but they are very venom resistant. One of those snakes on the honey badger's diet are king cobras. Let's just put it this way, 2/10 of 1 ounce of a king cobra's venom can take out 20 grown men. Now, if a honey badger just so happens to get bit by one of these venomous snakes, they just fall asleep for a couple hours, get up, and go about their day. Honey badgers are something else. There's even reports of one that escaped its enclosure twice to go fight lions in the next enclosure. So when I say honey badgers are really with the smoke, they're about it. Now that's all we have for today's YouTube video. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe because we're about to start rolling out videos every week. Really appreciate you guys being here and all the support. And as always, guys, peace and love, baby.